Promised Neverland, episode 7, 01/11/45, was good. A big theme of this episode was the enemy of the enemy is my friend. And obviously there was a couple twists on this, but it was there throughout the episode. Episode started off, obviously, we're enough last time with Crone saying, like, let's become allies, and then we learn a bit about Crone, and she's obviously like, you know, look, enemy of the enemy is my friend, you know, like, I want Isabella out of here so I can get, like, so I can take her position as a mom. You want Isabella out of here so you five can escape. So therefore, like, we should work together to get rid of her, and then everyone wins. I'll let you guys escape, I'll become the mom, it's a win-win. And of course, like, the whole, and then, like, the reveal as well, that, Crone used to be one of the children in the farms. And obviously, like, this is something that we've been curious about, at least I've been curious about, is obviously, you know, what happens, how do people actually end up being a mom? And she reveals this to us as well. It's basically kids from the age of 12, girls in particular from the age of 12 have an idea of, like, if they're smart enough, they have a choice. They can either A, basically go on and die, or B, they can live and become a mom and start raising the children. I wonder what it is about girls in particular. Now, obviously, maybe it's because mothers, obviously, you've got that motherly nature, that gentler side instead of a father. But, you know, I wonder if it's that, or maybe there's probably something more to it than that. I hope there's something more to it than that. Maybe it's like, oh, well, girls have certain attributes that they can, so maybe it's like, maybe they did test or something, it's like, okay, girls can raise children the best. Like, they can basically, they can make them, women raise them to be smarter. Maybe it's that. Something like that, I don't know. Sexism, am I right? Really, like, the best thing to judge with anything is if Emma doesn't like it, it's not a good idea. Like, Emma's a good judge of character, so obviously she's the one who's like, hang on. And straight afterwards, she's like, we can't trust her at all. Because, of course, you know, first of all, Emma wants everyone out there. She doesn't want just the 5 of them out there. She wants all the kids to leave with them as well. And obviously the whole thing is, you know, she's like, but she's not doing this because she's a good person. She's doing this so she can ship out the... So she still plans on killing the children, sending them off to die. She just wants to be in charge. That's why Emma wasn't happy with this whole scheme, this idea more than anything. So they're all like, listen, we can try and get some information out of her. Like, obviously, you know, she'll probably try the same with us. Which they do, and that is a good scene, obviously, where, like, where obviously Norman and Emma go speak to Crone, and she's obviously asking all these questions, and Crone's very much got the, like, she's looking very smug on them, and like Crone has a lot of smug faces. This is like top smug faces, and like this in this episode alone, she's like, she thinks she's won, she thinks she's got this out of the way. And obviously, you know, she really caught them off guard. She caught me off guard as well, because obviously, you know, I was like, they went like, where's the tracker devices? And then obviously she tells them, and I was like, ah, very clever. And they had to like, what? And then, you know, I was like, yes, they've got it, like, they're playing smart. And then, of course, when they go to leave at the very end, they're like, she's like, so you knew about the trackers already, did you? You clever. I was like, oh, and then she reveals, like, there's more, like, there's body language as well. Like, you guys played it smart for most of it, but obviously it's the body language, so obviously no one went and felt their ear. I was like, okay, Crone is a lot more, like, I thought she was definitely more muscle than mind, but you know what? Fair play to her, like, that's clever, that's just, like, they've set her up. And I honestly, like I said, I think it's difficult to kind of portray this kind of stuff, because I bet that would have been, like, a cliffhanger at the end of a chapter, whereas an episode, this kind of got resolved, like, quickly, and I get it, like, it's moving pacing on, and it's still not bad, but I bet as a chapter it'd be like, oh no, like, you know, that's the only thing I can notice, at least. Let's see. Also, Norman and Ray went to speak at some point, and it's worrying. Like, generally, like, when Norman and Ray are speaking to themselves at this point, we're probably not going to see it, and there'll still be information we find out later on, because, like, I want to discuss the plan in detail, and it might have been to get rid of Crone, but who knows what's going to happen. Like, Norman and Ray I don't really trust on their own. Like, if Emma's there, it's okay, but, not good. But Ray, at the very least, he has a camera now. Like, he got that specially ordered from Isabella, because obviously they want the whole... Basically, it's like his last gift, because I didn't mention it last time, but first of all, Ray found out, obviously, in January, it's not going to be a shipment for next month, but in January, there's going to be a shipment, and when Ray turns 12, and then he's going to finally have to go. So, they say they've got 2 months. However, I didn't speak about this last time, because obviously, I think Isabella, obviously, she's suspicious about a lot of things at this point. She doesn't know if Ray's actually betrayed her or anything like that. So, I wouldn't be surprised if she's lying, and there's actually a shipment in December just to catch them off guard. Like, just flat kind of, because, like, trying, obviously they want to leave sooner, but to lull them into that sense of security kind of thing. Also, speaking of Isabella, obviously we learned that she can't die. Well, if she dies, basically they're going to know, like, an alarm goes off, and then people are in trouble, things like that. Basically, it's gonna be bad if it dies. So obviously, like, Norman knows, obviously Norman wasn't gonna kill her, but Ray said about, obviously, I'll like, Norman's going to try and kill you with all these, like, different tools. And, yeah, that's it. But the camera was really just for breaking down the tracking devices. But of course there's that bit, right? And also we don't know the entire plan. But there's that part of it where Ray goes, where Isabel goes, you know, today's the day. And I'm like, and maybe, ugh, words. Battery as well. So obviously Crone is in like such a high spot because she thinks she's finally got everyone out, like outnumbered, outcornered, right? So obviously, you know, when the kids all go for food, that's when she sneaks into their room and she's obviously there like after, like looking through Ray's things. Phil shows up again. I swear, what's going on with Phil? He seems to be always at the right place at the right time, like showing up, and like at first she's like, what are you doing? And then she's like, oh, I'm just cleaning the room. He's like, okay, and then he just carries on. Phil, like, is he like a secret agent or something? I don't know. Phil seems to be everywhere. Cool, I should probably finish off this review now. What was the last? I was talking about Phil. I know I was talking about Phil. In any case, Crone has obviously, I like how contorted her faces are. They've always done this with Crone, but she's very creepy, and like she's made it very clear, like, you know, she's not a good guy. It's almost like, you know, when it is like a classic, like when the villains have the last hurrah, the heroes kind of show up and save the day. So obviously she's like, I've got this information. Apparently, Isabella has 2 weaknesses. I wasn't even aware there's a first, and maybe there's something I'm missing there, but, Now, of course, like, now, one thing about this end scene, first of all, is such a great cliffhanger, because we know, basically, Crone's been defeated now, and that's, like, that's great, but, more than anything, it's just, like, first of all, what are the 2 weaknesses of Isabella, and how, like, what happened, everything like that. Like, there's been a lot of hoo-ha here and there. Maybe Norman and Ray plan something, maybe Isabella and Ray plan something. Basically, like I said at the beginning, the enemy is my friend, but it isn't necessarily Crone and the kids against Isabella, it's more Isabella and the kids against Crone, and they've knocked her out of the park. One of my favourite things, probably actually my favourite thing about this whole episode though, was the end, where obviously, you know, she's like, I'm glad, like, she's really happy she's won, and then the knock on the door, and then Isabel shows up with a knife. And and of course, like, you know, she goes and we don't see it. I was like, oh, because obviously I genuinely thought she was going to stab her, and I was like, that's so out there, out of nowhere. Like, it's bad news, of course, that we learn. But she doesn't actually stab her, and she hands her the knife itself to open up the envelope. And what I love about this is, I say symbolism a lot, but I should probably double check what symbolism is. But basically, it's the equivalent. What that letter was it was the equivalent of actually being stabbed. You know, she may as well have been stabbed in that case, because the moment she reads that letter, she's like panicking, and Isabel's just like, it's a shame really, but that's how it is. I'll see you around. And then she just goes, and then like, and Isabel walks off. To me, like, that's what I love about that scene, is basically, it's the equivalent of the stabbing, handing over the knife and letter, especially with, like, we didn't see the knife actually stab into her, because obviously she didn't stab her, but you know, that movement of it there, like, she basically got stabbed. Yeah, so, you know, great ending, like, love that, cliffhanger, ready to see what happens. You guys all know by now, of course. Yeah, but obviously this is a few weeks late, so what did you think of this episode? Let me know down below. Subscribe and everything like that. Oh wow, what an exit. Cool. Thank you for watching, if you did watch, and I'll see you later.